What is going on, everybody? It's another Chronicles, another episode.
404.
It's funny because I haven't posted, I don't think I'm going to post the full episodes that we've already shot.
No.
They're just not structured. They're not like,
nothing to
I
them.
actually just don't like them, to be honest.
Yeah.
And yeah, you're right. There's nothing to them. Like it was just rambling. But if you guys want to see a couple of like decent clips, I will be posting those on the IG.
Couple highlights, eh?
Couple highlights from them.
Yeah.
But dude, it's March of 2024. Dude.
What does that mean?
Time fucking flies.
Is that 25% through the year?
Oh my god. Yeah.
No, it's not, right? Because
Yeah,
we're
it's a
not
quarter.
done March.
Oh, we're not done March.
We're only 10 days in.
Yeah. Dude, thank you for coming on another trip. Yo, how many trips has it been already? 3. Miami? No, what was before Miami?
The first one we ever did?
No, this year. It was just Miami.
Oh, yeah, this year. Yeah.
But I went to New York. You went to New York.
We both had a touchdown in New York.
We touched New York after Miami. And
Yeah.
now we're heading to Austin, Texas for South by Southwest.
Texas. Trying to go to Guatemala or what?
Dude, let's do it. I'm down.
Film some shit at Guatemala.
I'm so down. Dude, how have you been liking, I mean, you're not watching the vlogs, but how are you liking the new content on my IG page?
Bro, it's high quality.
You know
You've
what's
been taking full advantage of CapCut.
No, dude.
I'm using that service.
Dude, CapCut's sick. For anyone that's looking into like creating videos or creating content or like whatever, like shooting, to edit, one of the best editing softwares is CapCut for sure.
Hands down.
So many people have been telling me like this. There's been like at least 5 occurrences where someone said you should start a podcast. And you know what the worst part is? I feel like everyone gets told that. It's like,
Yeah,
you
true.
talked about a specific topic for one time.
We need a podcast.
We need to have a podcast. But I definitely think I'm going to, with or without you.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's a good call. That's even more reason to get the studio.
Exactly. And I'm actually calling it, I'm going with the name.
Into the creative mind.
Yeah, Into the Creative Mind. And this is the first episode of Into the Creative Mind. Like, I mean, you know what? It doesn't need to be so polished. I have something written down. I got a couple of things I want to talk about while we're here. It all has to do with inspiration, motivation, and shit like that. But
Get work done.
oh yeah, this is the intro.
Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome to
This is Justin Pasqua.
Welcome to Into the Creative Mind, where we talk about how to navigate through the business side of the creative space, to stay inspired, stay creative, to make a living, or even more. Sharing the things I've learned and continue to learn while bringing on others who have also been able to grow their creative business so we can maybe help you grow yours. Hope you share and enjoy. I'm going to do one more.
Grab your popcorn.
And then,
sit down.
yeah, so this is episode 1. And you know what? There's a lesson to be learned here. It doesn't have to be so polished. We're literally at the airport. Our flight got delayed,
We
but
got shadows under our eyes.
I'm a little tired. How are you feeling?
I'm ready for sleep on that
Snooze?
plane, bro.
Oh yeah.
I
But
wonder
yeah,
if I brought
honestly,
my-
let's just be grateful for a second.
First sleep last night.
Yeah, I mean, you did. Did you get a good night's sleep last night?
I mean, I gotta sleep.
Just be grateful you're awake.
Literally.
My last vlog number 10. If you guys haven't watched it, make sure you go check it out.
Tap in.
Tap in. Make sure you subscribe. This is probably where the podcast episodes are going anyways, too. To be honest. I don't know if I'm going to create its own thing. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But vlog number 10, I went to the gym and I asked basically everyone that I knew there, which is a ton of people, like, what are you grateful for? And some of the answers were like,
Shocking.
not shocking, but more like, it was sweet. So Paul, shout out Paul, he was just like, he's grateful for me. And it's funny because a couple of people, like, over the past few months, like, I was the answer.
You're the culprit of the gratefulness.
Yeah. So I just showed Dan my story, and it was I got to go into more depth. So basically, what happened was I asked this one guy, "Hey, what are you grateful for?" he was just like, "Yo, let me do my set, and I'll answer the question." Anyways, he never ends up answering the question. And I see him downstairs in the change room. I was like, "Yo, did you have a good workout?" He goes, "I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to avoid the question." I said, "Yo, don't be sorry. Like, I should have asked you if you wanted to be on video first." I'm not gonna air out his dirty laundry, but he was going through some shit. And he was saying like he was going through a really hard time. And I was just, dude, it's so weird because like when I'm in that moment of like, yo, I want to talk to this guy. Like I felt so touched to like have a real conversation with him. So after my workout, dude, we were talking for like 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And we were talking about like what gratitude can do for you. And he said he's grateful for his family, his well-being. And he said he was grateful for me asking him. I said, where were you 10 years ago? And how much has changed since? And he was like, dude, I was in a really bad spot even 5 years ago. And I was like, dude, I'm really sorry to hear that. But he was like, but dude, listen, like now that I'm reflecting, I've realized how good life is. And I'm like, dude, I love to hear that. And then we were just kind of going off because I told him, like, I mean, where were you 5 years ago? In fucking kindergarten.
Literally, bro. What are we, 19?
Oh my God, we were
Okay.
kids. We're still kids, but no, we can't even say that, dude. You were 9. I was 20.
Yeah, you were 20. About to be 20. What was I doing? Painting.
Painting.
Painting shit up.
Painting. And now we're traveling the world.
An hour.
I mean, you were traveling the world before,
Yeah.
but you
dude.
did it for pleasure.
Yeah.
How grateful were you with traveling like that? I mean, just like exploring the world. Do you miss that?
Yeah. We gotta get back to it.
Gotta get back to
Gotta get
it.
back to it. That's why we gotta get some Guatemala in, bro.
Say that to say, what are 3 things you're grateful for today?
Damn. Being able to go to Texas.
Take us.
Being healthy enough to fly, get some videography done.
Yeah.
The trips. I guess just overall health, bro. It's
Yeah.
not getting any better.
Health is wealth.
We're gonna get older. We're gonna get decrepit.
Do you know what I'm really
Gotta be
grateful
thankful
for?
now.
Yeah. So, yeah, absolutely. One thing that I'm very grateful for, and it's funny that you bring that up. One of my favorite airport chronicle podcasts that we did was when we were coming back from. Oh my God, we come back from everywhere. It wasn't San Fran. Anyways, I digress. I forget
We're
where
in
it was.
New York or which one?
Oh, it was New York.
Yeah.
It was New York
Yeah.
because you brought up the fact that like we're so young and we're gonna get old so fast. Like time moves so fast.
Yeah.
I was just telling you, like, I'm obviously still being very new into the industry. I was dealing with a lot of stuff that pertains to business. And I was like, man, like this shit gets so stressful because it's all on my shoulders. And then I just found the beauty of like the things that I need to do. And I was just like, you kind of just have to shift your mindset. Now, Alex Hormozy has this really, really positive like mindset of changing your perspective. Oh, really quick story. He had this cat that he loved, but it only lived 18 months. So he was a little bummed out, okay? But then he was just like, what if cats only lived 6 months? Like, what if? And he was like, man, then I'd be ecstatic because it would have lived twice the age.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just like,
at this time, we'd like to invite any concierge team members to board flight
3 times,
3641 through the A7 doorway.
Shit.
and then on top of that, traffic.
And group 2.
How much do you hate sitting in traffic?
I love it, man.
You actually?
Please recheck.
Probably not. Most of the time not.
But then you gotta ask yourself, like, if you had to make that trip if you had to make that trip after the 1,000th time, would you have gotten used to it? It's just second nature.
Never.
You never get used to traffic.
Couldn't do it. Couldn't be me.
And group
No, I'm just saying, like, if you were to have sat into traffic for like 1,000 times, the 1,000th time, you'd be like, okay, like this is it's
Just
normal.
another day around the
It's
sun.
normal, exactly. And then imagine a day where like you're expecting traffic, and you go by a little bit faster, and there's no traffic. You'd be like, oh my God, like that's exciting.
groups 1 through.
I mean, they're not bad days, but it's just like if you can already expect that, like if you are getting used to it, you should have that
Okay, welcoming
for
group
everything.
5.
Mm-hmm.
In every situation. So like, I mean, I feel like my mindset for a lot of things have really changed drastically after understanding that concept that like, hey, if it were to happen every day, how would I feel?
Still paging passenger
You know what I mean?
Hamdi
Mhm.
Chan.
And it's
Would
just
it be
like-
that big of a deal?
Dean.
Huh?
I said, would it be that big of a deal?
Yeah,
Anya
always, because there's a lot of
Gosine,
people that
Anand
stress out or like
Amit
that are
Gosine,
like
Hanson
upset about like
Tan,
small
Harrison
things.
Tan,
The smallest
Zahir
things. Like I can tell you
Ladani,
this, like there's so many
Marcos
reasons why to be upset.
Tapia
Oh, it's raining outside. I don't want to get wet.
Bartosevich,
Oh, like traffic is a huge
Cruz.
one.
If
Oh,
I
I'm
called
late
your
for
name,
work.
please see me here.
I feel tired.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Got
But
a
then it's
headache.
just you got a headache. But then you just like if you just change your mindset and like be a little bit more have a more positive outlook on life.
The
It's
more
like,
gratitude.
the more gratitude you have, and it's just like how much more peaceful and happy are you. Your biggest thing, one of your biggest attributes that I really like and appreciate is like how much you strive for happiness. How much you strive for like, hey, every day has to be a good day because you're alive.
Facts.
And that really flipped a switch in me after like hearing that. I'm like, yeah, like why? Like I've built so much.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things I really appreciate you saying was just like I'm doing so much for other people, and I feel like that's That's my ikigai. Do you know what ikigai is? It's a Japanese
Yeah.
saying for like loose terms, like your purpose in life.
Yeah, your meaning type
Your
shit.
meaning, like
Yeah,
why you wake up every day.
yeah.
And when you said like I do things for other people, it was just like, man, I love that. You know what I mean? Because now knowing that, even like the story about the gym, it's just like I cannot believe like just one question. What are the 3 things you're grateful for? Changed the whole perspective of how this guy was thinking. Like he was in a really like he was telling me like he was in a really like dark space, and he was like, after that, like I feel good. I'm not gonna
Perfect timing.
Perfect timing, and it's crazy because after I posted that on my story, my buddy Dante, shout out Dante,
Shout out the man.
he just sent me a DM, and I showed Dan this already, but he texted someone. I don't know who it is. He just sent me the screenshot. He texted someone, tell me 3 things you're grateful for. Homie says it, and the first one kind of second chance to life. I wonder what that means. It's like, what has this guy gone through to say second chance to life? I digress. And then he says, had to really think there, but appreciate that, bro.
Inviting group 7
Dante
from
then
flight
says,
3641.
Dante then says, hard to see the light sometimes, but it's always there, brother. Always got you. And this really touches me. Brother, you have no idea how perfect the timing of that is. Had a hard time sleeping last night, and just thinking about what I'm grateful for and pondering on that helped me a lot just now. They text a bit more, but all that to say, right? I can't believe, because I shared that story, Dante then, he actually texted me. He was like, Justin, I have a really important question I need to ask you. And then he asked me, what are the 3 things I'm grateful for? But knowing that, like, it triggered Dante to now ask other people what they're grateful for because he saw me do it.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, before the camera was rolling, I did tell Dan, it's just so rewarding knowing that you're like my efforts of creating content, my efforts of sharing my experience, sharing life has like an effect on other people's life, and it's a trickling effect. Because like if I affected Dante affects this person, he's ultimately in a better mood, and just like you don't know what his actions will do to affect other people. You know what I mean? Like energy is transferable, and like that's deep.
For real.
That's super deep.
For real.
But yeah,
Energy is for sure transferable though.
and like especially as a creative, like it's a tough industry. Like whether it's like, I mean, depending on who you are, like yeah, you could say there's other people that have worked really hard. There's some people that got really lucky. It doesn't matter, to be honest. Like you got to be grateful the path that you're on, the journey that you're on, and understand that.
Still paging.
Yeah, so bringing this back to into the creative mind. I feel like the first step in like growing your business is understanding that like you're doing a good job. You're exactly where you're supposed
Under
to
the
be.
seat in front of you, reserve the overhead bin spaces
Yeah, that's
for
true.
roller
Does that make
carry-on
sense?
Slow and
bags.
steady wins the race.
And, you know, that's exactly it. Slow and yeah, absolutely. There's this guy that says, if you build something fast, it builds ego. But if you build something slowly, it builds character. And that's why I'm not fearful of growing fast. I'm mindful of growing fast. Like, there's so many things that I could do right now to kind of like not skyrocket, but like basically speed up the process of business and profits, et cetera, et cetera.
Any passengers in group
But it's also
1
very
through
risky.
5
But it's
on
also like,
American flight
I don't want my
2641, please
ego
make your way to
taking over.
A7 at this
Because
time.
I mean, for someone like me, like I go to the gym, I lift heavy, I feel like I'm just naturally an egotistic person.
Yeah.
But I also don't want to characterize myself in that category. I have an ego, but that doesn't make me an egotistic person. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
you're not a
Group
patient
number
person,
6, you're welcome
you
to board.
have
Group number
patience.
6
But in that same light, right? Like I also have characteristics where I don't have an ego. I also have characteristics where I may not be the most patient, the most caring. So in the creative industry, like you shouldn't, I mean just in business in general, like generalizing yourself or your character to one trait probably isn't like the best thing to do. That's just my opinion. But what do I know? I've only been doing this for a few years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I mean, I'm clearly doing something right. I mean, I'd like to think I'm doing something right.
Seems like it, eh?
And that's the thing, right? It seems like it. I definitely want to surround myself with more people that are in this industry just because, let me backtrack. I want to be surrounded by people that are in this industry that have been doing it longer and are more successful. Because I want to know when they've been on like the 3rd year of their business, I want to know what it feels like. I want to know, like, hey, how were you feeling? Were you feeling stressed? Were you feeling proud? Were you feeling happy? Were you feeling like there's things you could have done, things you shouldn't have done? Because that not only builds my character, realizing, hey, I may be doing the right thing, because it's not necessarily avoiding the things that they shouldn't do, but understanding that you have to do this thing to do the next thing. Do you know what? Oh my God, there's this term that I was told the other day, but basically it's, oh, I gotta figure out that word. It's gonna bother me. But
You gotta get the whole
basically,
meeting down pat.
it's like, we'll talk about clients. It's like going from 10 clients to 50 clients to 100 clients to 200 clients. If you skip,
Ladies and gentlemen,
the 50 mark, let's say it takes you a certain amount of effort to go from 10 to 50, but you go straight to 100, you miss the skills, you miss the lessons, you miss everything that is needed to go from 1 to 50 to 10 to 50 to 10 to 100. And now that's how you know you're not going to fail, but you're going to have a much harder time.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Different speed bumps along the way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I've been talking a lot. You want to say something?
Just soaking up information here.
How do you deal with gratitude? Would you say you like have gratitude, like more gratitude than you've realized, or what's your journey with gratitude?
I feel pretty grateful for the things that I have. I think it's just a matter of like realizing it all the time, right? Like,
How would you relate it to the business, to like your business?
Yeah, I think it's just like good to be content in whatever you're doing. You know what I mean? I mean, as long as things aren't a fucking shitstorm. But
What do you mean content? Like, why would you want to be content?
like, I mean, contentness with gratitude is just like realizing that there's always things to be like positive about, I guess, right?
Yeah,
Like there's always work that you've put in that's like paid off that you wanted maybe a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Things that you like wanted to see happen have happened, and like you're still in the same spot where you're like, oh, I need to get more.
Yeah.
It's like it's good to be content with like, oh, hey, I did some shit too.
Do you know? Oh, yes, absolutely. I
You know
agree.
what I'm saying?
I
Like,
agree.
like definitely want more, but also definitely realize that like you did some shit.
Let me ask you this. Someone hit me with this, and it was actually like, I was like, whoa. Have you hit goals that you told yourself in the past you would be?
Paging for Chicago passenger Juliet Sandoval, as well as
Again.
passenger Ahmed. Arsal Ahmed, please make your way to gate A7. Your flight is fully boarded and ready for departure.
Damn, you don't be late. That would make you happy. Like, sorry, let me re-ask that. Has there been goals that you have set in the past that you said would make you happy?
Of course,
And
it was the end all be all.
But that's the thing. Like, it's like, I mean, let me ask you this: like, what have you set an end all be all or no?
No, I don't think that really exists, right?
What was the goal, if you don't mind me asking?
Even just working full time doing video,
Really, that was a goal?
just making money off it. When I was working my last job, that was a goal.
Painting? Do you
Or
prefer?
doing like that labor work job.
Oh, that labor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Setting up. What were they
Awnings.
called? Awnings.
Yeah.
What a job, eh?
What
I
a
feel
job.
like you'd I feel like you'd excel in that if you stayed in it.
I mean, yeah.
But it
It's-
probably wouldn't have made you as happy. You
yeah,
can travel
I
and
would
do
have needed
awnings.
that. Yeah, literally. I mean, I guess work in the summer, go in the winter, but they try and do that shit all year round.
Awnings?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the installs, yeah.
Yeah, damn. What would you prefer to do?
Filming or that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the filming. I'll stick with what I'm at.
And then now the next thing, right, is like what goals right now are you setting that you look in the future and be like, oh, that would make me happy. Like, I'd be happy if I reached this goal.
Definitely more traveling.
Yeah.
I don't have a ton, like I do have some in the business, but it's not like monetary.
Yeah.
It's more like having a couple systems set up and things like that.
I don't know why we didn't stay a week back in Austin. I know why I didn't, to be honest with you, but it's just like,
Yeah.
we should have set something up
Yeah.
next trip. Well, you know what? Let's hold it to us. Like, if we do travel, like, we should.
Yeah, we should. I would like for sure, like, cause it's dope to travel in the States, especially when it's cold.
Yeah.
At home.
At home.
But it's even better if we were to score like Portugal again or something.
Exactly.
Because then it's like, duh,
Yeah, we have to.
just anywhere.
And I feel like that's just where, I mean, at that point, we should start looking. Like, how, I mean, then you ask yourself, it's like, How dedicated are you to wanting to do that?
To get those jobs?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it doesn't really.
And into the sorry, what?
It doesn't really matter if it's like from a job or not. Like you can just travel wherever you want, anyways.
That's
as long
true.
as you make the right money here at home.
As long as you have the right systems in play, right? And like, let's go back to the business, because I really want to like give some people listening like insight on like how we actually do this. And you know what? I had a conversation with Brian, and like, God, I love Brian. Brian is the founder and CEO of the Carbon Thread Agency. We'll be posting his and my conversation that we shot a few weeks ago soon, hopefully. Super impactful. But he's the reason why we get to travel and work. And like I'm so forever grateful for Brian, because he's literally made the dreams come true.
Yeah.
When Dan manifested like, oh, I want to work and travel, like Brian's the reason like that came to be. So Brian, forever grateful for you. And you know what? I told him, I was like, listen, like I couldn't have done this without you. Like I'm so grateful for you. Like I wouldn't be where I am today without you. And then Brian goes like, dude, like he takes it as a compliment for sure. But he was like, you would have been where you are right now with or without me. And when he said that, I was just like, you really like gave me that what's the word I'm looking for? That validation. That it's not just because of other people that I am where I'm at, but it's the hard work and the efforts that I put into myself, my business, the people around me to get us to where we are.
Yeah, gotta take some ownership for that success.
And I feel like that was my problem. Like I don't take ownership. I'm like, dude, like I'm so grateful for everyone because they're the reason I get to do A, B, and C. And Brian was the first and really the only, well, you and Brian were the only ones to say, it's just like, Justin, like be proud of yourself. Like you've built so much, you're doing so much for other people. And it's like, and I'm saying this like not as an ego, but it's just like a wake-up call. It's like, listen, like I gotta be acknowledging the efforts that I put in, because I think that'll just make me work harder, realize like it's not just because of other people. I gotta better myself for other people. And that's just the way, that's how I've been able to grow my business so fast. That's how I've been able to grow a full-time team. And dude, like in the beginning, I was like, the money part of it, it's scary. Employees are scary. Payroll tax is scary.
Bro.
Scary.
We're about to jump into tax season. You better have some money set aside.
Dude,
you're doing quarterly.
No, yearly. I'm doing quarterly now.
Yeah.
Last year, because here's the thing: the difference between quarterly and yearly. Obviously, you have to save all the GST and HST and set it aside, and then pay it at the end of the year. It's a big number. It's a big number.
Time to take a hit.
Oh my god.
Time to take a hit.
But and then
it's
like
going straight to Ukraine too.
We're gonna get into that. It's not just going there, man. It's going to Israel, man. Anyways, free Palestine. No, man, for real though. GST, HST taxes, payroll taxes in general is a huge, huge deal with business. But that's a conversation for another time, for sure. For sure.
It's not the financial pod, eh?
It's not the financial pod. It's the creative mind.
Yeah.
Let's dive a little bit deeper into your creative mind.
Oh yeah.
What allows you to do what you do?
Which part of it?
Like operating your business. Like you're a solopreneur right now.
Yeah.
Why?
I've created a job for myself.
That's exactly what you did.
That's what it
you
is.
You created a job for yourself. How do you process that?
Just wake up and go to work type shit. You know?
How do you hold yourself accountable?
That's pretty easy for me. If there's like I enjoy doing things. So like when there's something to go shoot, like I'm looking forward to it. It's not like I'm dragging myself to go do it, right?
Do you think that's a very important factor for like creatives or like videographers, photographers? I feel like this whole podcast is for this episode is for like photographers, videographers. But
I feel like you definitely gotta want to do it, you know?
Yeah.
Because some of it'll be pretty tedious. But also like for it to be creative, I feel like you're already gonna want to do it at some level, right?
That's true.
Depends. Maybe not like filming stuff for a client always, but doing your own personal projects, like the ones you learn off of things, those are the ones that are like, you have to enjoy it, or else you're probably not really that into it.
Exactly. Pause. Right. On that note,
Can't get too much on the iPhone footage.
Oh, dude, 10 minutes? Fuck. That's way too much.
We gotta double that we're at the right gate.
Say it again?
We gotta double check we're at the right gate.
No,
or
really?
something.
We should be. There's no way they're changing it. I mean, I say there's no way.
Sometimes, bro, they're snaky.
Gate changed.
Told you.
Oh, I'm so glad you said that. We're gonna A12, which is just... We should probably get it going.
Yeah, we should.
Dude, first of all, thanks for... I'm actually going to post this one, but thanks for jumping on the first episode of Into the Creative Mind.
Thanks for inviting me to it again.
We have your attention.
All right, guys.
Only traveling animals and service animals are permitted in the terminals. Traveling animals must be in their kennels. Service animals must be leashed. Votre attention, s'il vous plaît.
I got the French version.
Seuls les animaux de voyage et les
Bilingual,
animaux
c'est ça.
d'assistance sont autorisés dans les terminaux.
I got 2.
Les animaux de voyage doivent être dans leur chenille. Les animaux d'assistance.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hopefully, we see you guys in episode 2. There's going to be an episode. After I've made this, I now have to continue. If you guys haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button.
Passenger Cooper.
That's your dog.
Share this with a friend who may want to hear
Cooper
this,
and
this information. And we'll see you guys next time. All right?
Adios,
All right, let's go.
amigos.
Let's bounce.